for you guys. It's the same deck as last time with a small number of modifications. So this deck that we talked about in the last video, it's the exact same with the inclusion of a Restless Reef. So now we're playing 6 man lands. We have a 3rd Duress in the sideboard and a Sholdred. Outside of that, it's the same, so I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay footage. By the way, it helps a lot if you could like and subscribe to the channel. I've also made a Patreon, so if anyone wants to support the channel in that way, at the end of every video, those who support the channel for $10 a month, I'll be listing all the names of those supporters, and that would really help a lot. So that way I can get some better equipment for this kind of thing. Alright, so we're on the play. It's a good first omen. Yeah, you know, we'll keep this. Because we can go Scrapgorger into a Lookout, and if we can hit a 3rd land, then we're really going to be good, because if we hit a 3rd land after Scrapgorger, then we can trigger Lookout with Scrapgorger instead of using it to pay. You know, we might even go Smuggler Surprise here. Well, opponent's untapped, so they're probably holding up like a Make Disappear or Go for the Throat. So I think we're gonna just do Smuggler Surprise for the lands in his end step. Now here the real question is to whether we play out. I think we play Lookout. So I think we're gonna go Harvester of Misery. And then next turn we can just do Virtue of Persistence probably. And we can use our Scrapgorger to exile their Memory Deluge. Put on Vol Control here because we want to make sure that we're able to exile the Memory Deluge. Harvester of Misery on its own is a 4-turn clog. So maybe we just play Fleshgorger. If opponent taps out for a board wipe, like Deadly Cover-Up, I think we definitely do Virtue. Enchantments are pretty hard to get rid of if you're playing blue-black. Yep, that's fine. Here I think we're just going to go Vein Ripper. Get a clock going. Then next turn we can do Restless Cottage, Animate Reef. If opponent has another counter spell here, we still have a Harvester out. Yeah, I think they were really hoping to use their Field of Ruin this turn. Yep. All right. Even if they have a board wipe now, they're still going to be taking 4. Yep. Opponents in the tank. Alright. So we've got Smuggler Surprise. We can't do it for 8 yet. I think we'll do the George first. If he taps out for a 3 steps ahead, then he can't activate Reef. So opponent's probably going to do a Memory Deluge here, trying to dig for another board wipe. I don't know how many Deadly Cover-Ups he's playing, probably 2 or 3. No Memory Deluge, alright. And then next turn we're going to be able to have Smuggler Surprise for protection on the Fleshgorger. Alright. What'd they exile? Smuggler surprise. Alright. Fair. Now the question will be, do they have a counter, a 2-mana counter for Virtue of Persistence? I wonder if he's going to get the one from my hand. He did. Takes a long, hard look at the deck. Do you have a make disappear, sir? He does not. And even if he gets rid of all the Vein Rippers with another deadly cover-up, we still have a Fleshgorger that can come in as the 7-drop version, 2 Harvesters of Misery, a Freestrider Lookout. That's fine. Alright, opponent is going for the mill. We'll take a Vein Ripper. Here we'll do Freestrider Lookout, Animate Cottage, get the Crime. Vein Ripper still counts as a crime, so that's going to get us a replacement land. Next turn we can get a second Vein Ripper. So even if he wipes the board, he's going to be toast. And on top of all of that, I'm pretty sure the deck's playing 5 man lands. Yeah, we got 1, 2. Yeah, we're playing 6 man lands in the deck. So no shortage of those, and they all make crimes on their own. And then we also have a Gisa loaded in the barrel. Opponent's at 3 cards. He's gonna mill us for 18. All right. You got it, champ. Got another Jace? Take another Vein Ripper. You got a Tidebinder over there, buddy? All right. Just trying to load the board up because I know that he doesn't have too many and here opponent can't target the Vein Rippers because they don't have a creature unless they animate Reef, in which case they'll just have 1 mana left with the Reef. And if 2 creatures die, that's going to be 8 life. All right. On to game 2. So opponent's playing mill. So we're going to throw in 2 negates, 3 duresses, a Shelly, and a Bat King. Bat God. We're going to take out Go for the Throat. We're going to take out our Deadly Cover-Up. We're going to take out 2 Flesh Gorgers, 1 Virtue, and 2 Harvesters. So, the only question is, do we want to trade out something like Gisa for the Flesh Gorger or the Virtue? Or maybe even a Tidebinder. Tidebinder's pretty good against Planeswalkers. But I do really like Virtue's utility in killing their small creatures that they might board in, like Tidebinders, along with its inevitability as a 7-drop. So I think we're going to keep it like this. Between 3 Duress, 2 Negates, the Sheoldred, and the Acquazots, we're pretty good against control. Because opponent basically has to exile Acquazots with their Deadly Cover-Up, and that means that they're not exiling our Vein Rippers. And that is not a keepable hand. That is a very keepable hand. We'll bottom a Vein Ripper. Start off on Vinestalk. We're fine not doing a turn 1 Duress. Okay. Opponent boarded in Graveyard Hate for our only 2 Virtue of Persistence. See what you got, buddy. 2 Deadly Cover-Ups, Unlicensors. We'll take your Negate. Next turn, we're probably doing a Smuggler Surprise just for the lands. Take whatever you want, buddy. Make Your Own Luck is huge here. Smuggler Surprise is huge here. Yep. I don't think we duress here. You got a Buster? Man, him hitting that Smuggler Surprise really hurt though. Memory Deluges. Here we're just going to main phase a Smuggler Surprise. Try and get some lands. Now we can start chaining make your own looks. See, the graveyard in this deck isn't the only way for us to cheat things into play. In fact, it's really a kind of auxiliary strategy. But typically when opponents lose to a Virtue of Persistence in game 1, even though we're only playing 3 of them, we'll typically board one out. So here we get to refill our hand, unless they drew 1 negate. And we can start slamming Shouldreds. Now we might want to hold on to this Boseiju. But we also have Assassin's Trophy, which hits it. I think now probably gonna have to play out the Boseiju. Lead with Duress. We'll take their other deadly cover up. And we'll just keep spamming make your own looks. Alright. We'll play out the Shouldred, because if they want to go for the throw at our Shelly, then they can't Memory Deluge this turn. And now we can Gisa with an Assassin's Trophy up. We'll discard the Deathcap Glade. We could even really Vein Ripper here. Okay. I think we're just going to slam a Vein Ripper here. Just because opponent won't have... They can't play their... They can't play 3 steps ahead right now. Doesn't get hit by negate. Right now I don't really want to Assassin's Trophy the Unlicensed Hearse yet, because that gets them a lot closer to their I think we get Island here. So that way we can activate the Shipwreck Marsh. Because it gets them closer to their memory deluges. And we don't want to... We do not want them to be able to spam their memory deluges, even though they already have... See, here they don't have a creature in order to pay the ward cost for Vein Ripper. So it virtually has hexproof against a deck that plays no creatures. Now next turn I think we will probably Gisa. And then Assassin's Trophy. If they try to kill it. Just to get the zombies. Yeah, take whatever you want. I mean, here they gotta take Make Your Own Luck. It's so good against them. It lets us draw 3 cards and play one of them for free the next turn. Alright, now we're rolling. See, I could have played Gisa the turn before, but the thing is Gisa doesn't have the ward sack a creature like Vein Ripper does, and they probably have some form of removal over there. Because now we've got 10 damage on board with Gisa. We make 2 more zombies, those are 2 3/3s in their end step. So that's 16 damage minus any Vein Ripper triggers for them killing it. If they kill Gisa, they're paying 2 life for... They're paying 2 life for the ward trigger and 2 mana, which restricts their ability to be able to kill anything after that. They lose 2 life off of Gisa. 2 life off of Vein Ripper, that would put them at 10. And then the other 2 zombies are going to be 2/2s if Gisa dies. So even if they kill Gisa here, they're still going to die. Because the zombies would only be 2/2s. Basically, they just need a deadly cover up here to win. And even then, I think I still Assassin's Trophy just to get the 2 more zombies, because that would beam them for 8. And the reason why the unlicensed hearses don't stop the Smuggler surprise. Oh, I should have Assassin's Trophy that. That was a big mistake. Sure. Yeah, I should have Assassin's Trophied the Reef right there. That was a huge mistake. Yep. Yeah, because right there, if we just let them attack with the hearse and don't give them another land, they're going to be at 1 mana. Yep. Davlor. Okay, Wizard Man. And we are on the play. Starting off strong. Not the greatest hand, but a turn 3 Gisa, Glissa nonetheless. Sunny Slayer. Yeah, we're going to lead on Vinestalk here, because if we draw a Scrapgorger, we can still slam it on turn 2 with Boseiju. Yeah, it's the one with Glissa in the deck. I kind of want to put in a second copy of it just because it's so good, but I guess here opponent's going to decide whether or not they want a Leyline Binding. I'm thinking next turn we're probably going to be doing a Smuggler Surprise for 3 just to get some lands. Opponent plays out Topiary Stomper, so yeah, they're just Pro Tour stock list. We're going to attack first. And we will draw a card. Looks like we're not going to be Smuggler surprising. I think we'll just pass the turn. If opponent decides to get fancy and Leyline Binding our Glissa, we'll probably just Boseiju it. I think here we're still probably going to do Smuggler Surprise. So let's see, that'll give us 5, 7 cards in hand. We might want to save the Smuggler Surprise actually, just for instant speed shenanigans. That's fine. Must control 7 or more. Okay. Yeah, I think here we're just gonna Boseiju the Binding, and then use a Smuggler Surprise to flash in Vein Ripper and Harvester next turn. Nice little Ambush Viper action going. I'd be surprised if opponent has more basics in the deck. I don't know how many basics domain plays, but oh, yeah, they don't have to do basic. Yeah, Gisa is a great blocker. Alright, so the funny thing is, I think we're gonna do a Smuggler surprise with Vein Ripper and Harvester, because then we can basically deadly cover up in order to win the game after that. Because right now we're looking at 14 points of damage off of Vein Ripper. So we really just need to make sure we don't get hit by a Sunfall here. Alright, here is for all the marbles. And we can also attack with Vinestalk after we untap. Let the ripping of the veins begin. I don't think they have anything that pumps their creatures at instant speed. Yeah, that's a pretty big blowout. The funny thing is Imodane's Recruiter is specifically supposed to, in these matchups, be good against a deck that's more grindy mid-range control. Like here, unless he has a Sunfall, he's pretty screwed. We've got a 2-turn clock. Well, yeah, that's gonna win the game. All right. I think we kind of want Tidebinder here. We're definitely playing our negates. We're definitely playing our duresses. Probably Aquazots. No Harvester of Misery. Do we want Deadly Cover Up? I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Probably no Georges. Take out one Virtue. Maybe two. I like taking out one. We could take out a Go for the Throat for a Tidebinder. Actually, I think I like playing two Tidebinders actually. We take out another Virtue. Because Tidebinder actually hits a lot of their good stuff. It hits their Leyline Binding. It hits their, what is it, Atraxa. I don't think we're gonna play Deadly Cover Up, but yeah, I like this. We've got Negate and Duress to get rid of the herd migrations. Opponent is on the play. If we get another land, this is a good hand. So I think we're going to keep it and lean on Smuggler's Surprise. We really need to get a blue source, though. It's still something. We will take your Sunfall, sir. So opponent's got Atraxa, Topiary, Leyline, and Mystery Card. Alright. Oh, we really want to hit our land drops, but I think Freestrider is where we want to be. Because if they use a binding on it, we could still Smuggler Surprise for a land and not miss a land drop. Because we really want to get to the point where we can make your own luck on 5, and then on 6, be able to Tidebinder and another 2 or 3 drop. I mean, we could have taken Leyline Binding instead of the Sunfall, but I think that I like taking the Sunfall. There we go. I think here... Do we do the Smuggler Surprise? Over the Duress? I like that. Because then if we hit an untap land, we can trigger Freestrider Lookout with Duress. It's unfortunate. Yeah, now here we can Duress, guarantee our 5th land. And if they decide to drop the binding, we could Tidebinder. 3, 3. No, I think we're just going to maybe Tidebinder the Atraxa. Nah, I think we hit the binding. Alright, well, I'm glad I did that. We're kind of in trouble if they hit a land, yeah. Sunfall. Here we're going to just Smuggler surprise out 2 Vein Rippers. You got it. Alright, Topiary Stomper. So it goes up to 21. Choose blockers. Maybe I should have blocked the Tidebinder. No, that would be only 2. So right here we can get our own Atraxa. And we've got Assassin Trophy that we can draw into to get back the Vein Ripper or take care of their Atraxa. Opponent really needs to be able to get rid of our Virtue of Persistence, otherwise we're going to draw a lot of cards. Because if we can get another Duress, I think there's 1 more Duress left in the deck, 2 more Negates. No, no Duress is left. Opponent's going to Angel here. If he's trying to play Atraxa, he tapped wrong. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to play Atraxa. You gotta tap your Cavern for black, buddy. Trying to get all fancy. Just says screw it, auto tapper. Got a herd migration. Yeah, maybe we should. Maybe we should have kept the deadly cover-ups in. I'll take your Atraxa. Opponent lets us have it. Okay. We'll take negate. We'll take make your own luck. We'll take a swamp. We will take a Tishana's Tidebinder. Three. Okay, we're short one. So here I think we're just gonna have to pass. The opponent really wants to be able to exile the Atraxas. Alright, we're getting their negate out of their hand. Now, do we attack with the manlands? Yeah, the reason why we took Tidebinder is because we really want to save our virtue. It's better than getting an Aquazotz. Alright. Despite having 7 cards in hand, 3 Leyline Bindings, up the Beanstalk, and 2 Atraxas, our domain opponent has fallen. GG's. Webster JP. And unfortunately, we will not be on the play. Come on, Webster. It's a pretty easy choice. Ooh. Wouldn't be bad with a second land, but that is a mulligan. We can keep that. Webster went down to 6 cards too. Alright. Good news for us. Looks like we're against beloved Esper Midrange. Right here we're going to be doing Smuggler Surprise on their end step. I just don't want it to get countered, so we're just going to do it now. We will take a Freestrider Lookout and probably a Deathcap Glade. The big question is whether or not we want to go with Make Your Own Luck on turn 5 or Slam Gisa. Right now I'm leaning towards maybe Gisa. I'd rather Gisa get countered, to be honest. Yeah, what's great about Smuggler Surprise is just playing it on 3, getting a draw 2 at instant speed for creatures and lands. Really not bad at all. To be honest, I don't care at all about this Freestrider Lookout. It can get killed or countered. I do not care. You got it. You're gonna regret that. You're going to regret that, my friend. Go ahead, tap out. No? Alright. Well, we'll do Gisa. If they don't have a counterspell for that, then we got a Vein Ripper on 6 and a Virtue of Persistence on 7. And then on 8, we can do Make Your Own Luck Assassin's Trophy. Even if he wants to go for the Throated, it's going to cost him 2 life. I'm fine with that. I can't remember if Esper Midrange plays Get Lost, because if they don't... Alright, yeah, tap out for that. It's going to go great for you. We'll play 3 of them in the deck. Now you got no counter spell for our Vein Ripper. Your turn, my friend. Enjoy that Vein Ripper. I think we probably go with Make Your Own Luck here instead of Virtue. Oh no, now we definitely Virtue. I think we definitely want to kill the Rafine. Yeah, you got it, man. Take all the damage in the world. Yep, you get a lifelinker. Yeah, there you go. Tap out for that Dennick. Actually, if we just let it die, then... If we just let them all die, he's gonna take 6, right? This doesn't have lifelink. You still lose. GG's. Alright, we're gonna do double negate, triple duress, Shelly, Aquazats, maybe some Tide Binders. Take out the Harvesters. Take out the Cover Up. Take out the Flesh Gorgers. I guess maybe we don't need the Tide Binders. They've got a lot of removal. We could take out... I do like Shelly. I like Gisa too. Do we just slam with 61 cards? Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's do 61 cards. Sounds like a good time. Yeah, I don't think we need board wipes against Esper Midrange. And that is the second mulligan we'll have to take. God, that is terrible. There we go. Yeah, that was pretty terrible. Yeah, do it up. I probably should have seen that coming. Go for it, Blow. Secret flying. Oh, alright. You're just going to full tap out. I think here we're going to do Smuggler Surprise. Oof. Only a Restless Cottage. Very sad. Yeah, maybe I should attack with both. Alright, so this is really great because we're going to be able to probably get rid of the Wandering Emperor and trigger a crime. We can get rid of Gisa's command, sure. We'll take a Dreamroot Cascade. And there we go. The value train is too strong. Yeah, and if we're below gold, all best of 3 wins basically get us up an entire tier. It's a good win. And we're on the play. Alright. It's not a bad hand at all. Turn 2 Scrapgorger, Virtue Persistence, tap land for turn 1, fast land for turn 2. Alright, so we're gonna do Smuggler Surprise here because what we really want to do is hit our land drops with this deck. Alright. And we will take Freestrider Lookout and the land. Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna Virtue Gisa right now. Get a Vinestalk. Alright. So now next turn we're all set up to do either a Virtue of Persistence or a Vein Ripper. Yeah, we're fine with taking some damage here. A Mosswood Dread Knight doesn't really frighten me. Do we want to get rid of Shelly? Yeah. All right, we got 5. So we're going to do Vein Ripper and a second Freestrider Lookout. We're not really too afraid of our own board wipe, just because we have a Virtue of Persistence. Yep. Yeah, because getting these lands is really thinning the deck with the Freestrider Lookout. Now we can exile the Dread Knight using our Scrapgorger. Sure, you can have a 1/1. That's fine. I'm absolutely okay with that. Have all the creatures that you want. Do we attack here? No, but I think we will trade off our Vinestalk for, or not Vinestalk, I think we'll trade off our Restless Cottage probably for a Preacher here. I think we're fine with that. So here we're going to animate Cottage, which will give us a crime. Right now we have, yeah, and we just replace the Cottage. Because we're playing 6 creature lands in the deck. So they're really a dime a dozen. I'm happy to throw away one of my creature lands for your Preacher. We still have more life than you. Alright, you've got a Gisa now. And now, I believe we'll get a Vein Ripper. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, take 20. And that's why we have a Deadly Cover-Up in the deck. Because we can dome you for 20 if you make a lot of tokens and we get our board wipe. Okay, so against green-black, I think we're going to want 2 Tidebinders. Or maybe not. Maybe no Tidebinders. We definitely want a Sheoldred. We definitely want the Aclazotz. Do we want the Tidebinders? That was the question. We're definitely taking out the Harvester of Miseries. And the question being, do we want Fleshgorger or Tidebinder? Do we like the Deadly Cover-Up? I think having one of them in is good. Yeah, maybe just 2 Harvesters out for the 2 Tidebinders. Because with green-black, we're concerned with their Glisas, their Lilianas, but problem is if they kill our Tidebinder with one of their many cards that kill it, it doesn't really solve that problem. So I think we're gonna just send it like that. So -2 Harvester, +2 Sheoldred, and or +1 Sheoldred, +1 Aclazotz is our sideboard for this one. So I'm assuming opponent's gonna play first. And this is a great hand, really good hand. We go Vinestalk on 1, Swamp on 2 for Scrapgorger. I guess even better, Restless Cottage. Maybe Vinestalk. We'll go Vinestalk first. Gives us access to all of our colors. But now we're going to be able to, on turn 3, play Freestrider Lookout, and then immediately be able to trigger it with Scrapgorger. Opponent going for the not aggro play of just drawing a card with the knight, which is interesting. I really think he probably wanted to play it out last turn, but I suppose he will live and learn. I guess we can't target it while it's still on the stack. Silly me. Alright. Start off with a make your own luck. Into another free make your own luck. That's great. We'll just slam another make your own luck, hoping to bury the opponent in card advantage at this point. And then we can go Freestrider Lookout. And play it out of Scrapgorger. And here the really cool thing with Smuggler Surprise is we can actually use it to give our creatures hexproof, like our Vein Ripper, hexproof and indestructible. So unless opponent's doing some kind of Sunfall sort of thing. Creature it is. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. All right. First one's going to target the Go for the Throat. Second one, also the Go for the Throat. Alright. And we get an Aquazot and a Flesh Gorger. And we will put into play George and Batman. No, you know what? No, we're not even gonna block him. We'll take the 2. We're going to gain 11 points of lifelink next turn. Which of our many creatures do you want to deal with, opponent? Your very intimidating 4 mana in Mosswood Dread Knight. Your 2 powered Death Toucher that can't block our George, who has Menace, our Bat God, and Vein Ripper, which have flying. Yeah, you're done. You're just done. And that's all she wrote. GG's.